What's up, nail friends? Today I'm going to be doing a sculpted unicorn set. But first I needed to prep her nails. If you want to see a more detailed video, check my description box. But basically I push back her cuticles and remove the skin with a cuticle bit. Then I take a fine sanding band and remove the shine. And make sure to remove all the dust because dust causes lifting. Then I apply prep and primer. Then I apply my form and make sure that it fits directly under both the sidewalls of her natural nail. Then I apply a clear acrylic at the free edge and sculpt it into the shape that I want. When I'm happy with that shape, then I come back and do the cuticle area, and I like to have a clear base under my acrylic designs so that when my client comes back, it's easier to fill her nails with a different color. Then I let that dry a little bit and give it a pinch, and then when it's fully dry, I come back and file the nail nice and thin and fix the sidewalls and really get the shape that I'm going for. So for this set, I was doing them pointy, so I'm just going from left to right and making sure it comes straight out into a point and has no bulbousy sides. Then I'm cleaning off all the dust on the nails, and now we can get started. So to start, I'm using Twinkle Twinkle from Glam & Glitz Glow Collection. This glows in the dark and has a little bit of glitter in it. So I'm applying this right at the tip because this nail is going to be a not polished design of a rainbow. So I started at the bottom instead of the cuticle area for this design because it's a little bit easier to hand file that shape this way instead of inverted, if you guys know what I mean. So I'm just applying it down at the bottom, and then I'm going to be carving out that line with my brush, and then I apply some clear acrylic over top, and then again I carve that line out with my brush. And then when this is dry, I'm going to come back and finish file it. So on the ring fingers, it's going to be a little unicorn horn. So I wanted this nail to kind of have like a pastel look underneath. So at first I'm applying the white, just really, really thin and watery because I'm going to be applying wet, colorful acrylic on this. And then it will stand out and pop out a little bit more. So the colors I'm going to be using on this nail and in this set are Glam & Glitz Glow With Me, One in a Melon, Touch of Pink, Blueprint, and I mixed white wine with Boardwalk with a 4:1 ratio. So I layered each color onto the white. The white's still a little bit wet, and I'm just applying these really wet. So I'm trying to just make it not really like a marble look, but more like the colors are on the nail and they're just kind of melting together. You want the acrylic to be wet, but not so wet that it drips into your sidewalls or creates kind of a muddy look. So make sure you just play around with your ratios. So now the rainbow nail has dried, and I'm coming back and filing the white here, just trying to make it nice and straight and create like a little ledge for the next part of the rainbow. So I'm using Touch of Pink here, and I'm just using the tip of my brush to place this, and I'm just going to do the same thing again, carving out that line to create a ledge for the next color, and then building it up with some clear acrylic. While that's drying, I'm moving on to the rest of the design. So I'm kind of trying to create a cloudy kind of pastel look. So this set is unicorn inspired, so I wanted some clouds and rainbows in it. So I'm just applying wet beads of Twinkle Twinkle and then some of the pastel colors mixed with clear acrylic to create this kind of cloudy effect. And I'm going from the right side to the left side and on an angle using the tip of my brush. So I wanted to add thin shards of angel paper onto this set, so I just used some really sharp scissors to cut this up and make really thin pieces. So I picked up the thin pieces with some clear acrylic and really wet monomer on my brush, and I'm just kind of placing it in the same angle from right to left. So I'm also adding some fun iridescent shapes from the nail team. I'm adding angel dots, angel stars, and unicorn flakes large in gold. And you guys will see a whole video dedicated towards the nail team glitters in an upcoming video collaboration I have with Talia's Nail Tales, so check back for that. So now the pink layer on my rainbow nail has dried. I'll come back to file that, and now I'm just adding the blue and again creating that ledge for the next color. While my rainbow nail is drying, I come back to create that cloud effect on her pointer finger using the white and the clear and the pastel colors. I just thought this nice close-up angle might give you guys a better view. You can see here that I apply a little bit too wet and it starts to drip over to the side, so I wipe off my brush and just use the point of my brush to clean that up. You'll want to make sure that the colors underneath are super thin so that you don't file into these stars and stuff, because you want to keep the stars being in the shape of a star. It doesn't really matter as much as if you file into like a circle shape or anything, but I really wanted the stars to remain like a star, so make sure you apply super thin. Now that my blue part of my rainbow has dried, I come back and file that again, and I remove all the dust, and now I'm applying the yellow. I know not polished designs like this do take a lot of extra time, so keep that in mind, as this set did take me 3 hours to complete, when normally a full set would take me just around 2 hours or less. While I patiently waited for my rainbow to dry, I went and did the exact same thing on the thumb. I tried to incorporate all the pastel colors differently on each nail so that they kind of had a different look to them. Pulling wet, clear acrylic through colored acrylic can create this really cool effect, so you can use this technique to create rose quartz nails or other stone nails. And here I was just admiring that star. So pretty. So now that my rainbow has dried, I come back and file it again, and now I'm just adding the purple. I let this purple part of the rainbow dry by going to her other hand to encapsulate some of her nails, and then when it was dry, I came back and added the blue. While I let her rainbow dry, I'm just encapsulating some of the other nails with NV brand clear acrylic. To encapsulate, I apply clear acrylic a little bit further away from the cuticle area. I wipe off my brush and then I push it up towards the cuticle area. Then I use the tip of my brush to drag the rest of the bead down the nail, trying to create an apex and keeping most of the product in the center of the nail. Okay, rainbow nail, we're almost done. So now I'm just debulking that a little bit before applying the white, because the white is going to be the thinnest and I'm not encapsulating it. So I'm cleaning up that ledge and now I'm applying the white. This can overlap the rest of the design because it will be filed. So now that my rainbow is finally done, I went back and encapsulated all the other nails, and now I'm coming back and finish filing. I always debulk the nail with a coarse flame bit. This bit I also use to remove the acrylic at the beginning when I do a color change. I just really like this bit because it doesn't take too much off at once, which really helps when using it as multi-purpose, so removal of color and finish file. So for this unicorn nail, I'm just gently going over top of where that white overlaps the rainbow, because most of the nail has been finish filed over time when I was debulking it each time to apply each color, so it doesn't need too much finish filing. Just trying to even it out and get that overlapping color off. After debulking the nails, I take a 100 to 180 grit hand file and I just go over top of the nail, trying to even it out even more. Then I go over the sidewalls and the cuticle area. Then I buff the nails with a white buffing block and remove all the dust, and then I cleanse her hands and make her wash them with soap and water. So now on her ring fingers, I'm going to be creating a cool little unicorn horn. So I'm using Light Elegance Swirly from the Selena Ride Signature Series brush set and Light Elegance Extreme Gel to create these lines. So I pick up a little bit on my brush and then I'm just going over the nail in kind of a swirly sort of left to right angle. You want your unicorn horn to be thinner at the ends and thicker directly in the middle, making it so your nail doesn't look bulky, but giving it still that 3D effect. So the extreme is sort of a thicker viscosity, but I did try the builder gel from Light Elegance and I found it was a little bit too hard to create the horn. So just play with whatever gel you have, or you could get the extreme, because this made it super easy for me to create these lines. After I've got all the lines on the nail, I'm just going back over them to try to make sure they're even and that there's not any parts that stick out too much or any spots that are missing. You'll want to give that builder gel a full cure, and now I'm coming in with my Beamy Ultra Shine and I'm just applying this over the nail. So first I apply a big blob all over the nail, and then I'm going to be wiping some of it away, trying to really push it into those lines and in between them. You don't want to make this nail bulky, so you want to make sure it's super thin, but you still want to get it full coverage. And then this is going to be cured for 15 seconds. After that 15-second cure, I'm just taking a sponge and some of those unicorn flakes from the nail team and just rubbing that into that top coat. creating a see-through iridescent look where you can still see the pastel colors underneath. So of course I needed to add some matching crystals to this design. So I'm using my Crystal Princess kit, and I do have a new code for you guys. It's now Sarah 30 instead of Sarah S 30 because that was a little bit confusing. So the colors I pick are light rose, light sapphire, and light amethyst. And then I went into my other Crystal Princess kit and used Pacific Opal. And then I also have these kind of like yellowy green ones I got from Crystal Princess as well that just aren't in the kit that I also used. And I'm using my Kira Sky base and my Ugly Duckling Blinger 2 to apply. So here's how they look before top coat. And now I'm just grabbing my Beamy top coat again and applying this all over those nails. And it's really going to show that shine, and all the iridescent glitters are going to pop. So you're going to also want to go over that chrome again. So this will help melt that hard gel into the nail design and kind of give it more of a uniform look. But I actually did think I forgot to apply the top coat on the other nail, on the other hand, because it looks a little bit different. And I kind of like it better without the top coat if I didn't apply the top coat. She thinks I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I don't know. But you guys will see at the end result, the two compared. Also make sure to not get top coat on your crystals or it will dull that shine if they're genuine Swarovski crystals. So give that a full cure, and here's the finished result. I'm loving that giant star on her right hand. So what do you guys think of this design? And let me know down below if you notice that the ring fingers are a little different. My husband noticed, so I think that I forgot the top coat. So we'll see how that holds up, if it needed it or not. It did get cured a second time, so maybe those flakes got pushed in far enough that they will stay on. We'll see, I guess. So what do you guys think of this design? Let me know down below, and if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear a theme. Just pop a theme down in the comments section, and maybe I can do a design based on that. So I've already done mermaids a few times, now unicorns, and recently I just filmed a glass kind of flower design. So pop an idea down in the comments, and maybe I will pick it for my next design. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Keep your nails long and your glitter strong.